Christmas, a time of joy, of family, of peace. But nature has a dark side, as does mankind. And sometimes these two worlds collide in the most unexpected and horrifying ways. This Christmas we turn our attention away from the warmth of the fireplace and towards the chilling truth that evil knows no season. We journey into the heart of 6 shocking crimes, each one casting a long, dark shadow over the festive period. These are stories of betrayal, of violence, and of loss, forever entwined with the spirit of Christmas. Christmas is a time for joy and celebration, but for some, it has been a time of unimaginable horror. Today, we delve into 6 shocking crimes that took place during the festive season. The year is 2012. The snow falls softly on the Ohio countryside, a picture of Christmas tranquility. But beneath this serene facade, a criminal operation unfolds. On Christmas Eve, a seemingly ordinary BMW cruises down a snow-dusted highway. Inside, a festive mood should prevail, but fate, it seems, has other plans. Unbeknownst to the driver, the highway patrol lies in wait, their suspicions aroused. What follows is a routine traffic stop, but what officers uncover is anything but ordinary. The vehicle's boot, packed to the brim with Christmas-wrapped parcels, promises festive cheer. But instead of toys and trinkets, a different kind of holiday surprise awaits. Almost 13 kilograms of marijuana meticulously concealed are revealed. The street value? An astounding $305,500. What began as a journey fueled by greed ends in the cold reality of a Christmas Eve behind bars. A stark reminder that the season of giving can also be a season for taking. Adelaide, 1893, a city bustling with life, yet hiding shadows in its corners. The sun beats down on a city sweltering in the grip of an Australian summer Christmas. The streets are adorned with festive decorations, a stark contrast to the oppressive heat. But within the walls of a seemingly ordinary home, a chilling tale unfolds. The house, with its darkened interiors, holds secrets that would soon come to light. Henry Oxley, a respected businessman, should be celebrating the season with his family. Known for his sharp mind and business acumen, he was a pillar of the community. Instead, he grapples with a secret so dark it will shatter the festive facade. His once confident demeanor now replaced with a look of despair and hopelessness. Debt, a silent predator, has sunk its teeth into Oxley, driving him to the brink of despair. The weight of financial ruin presses heavily on his shoulders, each bill a reminder of his impending doom. As Christmas Day dawns, he makes a horrifying decision, one that will forever stain the holiday season. The rising sun brings no hope, only a grim resolve. In an act of unimaginable cruelty, Oxley takes the lives of his family, his once loving embrace transformed into a weapon of destruction. The home, once filled with laughter, now echoes with silence. The festive cheer of the season stands in stark contrast to the gruesome scene discovered within the Oxley home. Neighbors, drawn by the silence, find themselves witnesses to a nightmare. A family, their Christmas feast turned cold, wiped out in a moment of madness. The table, once set for celebration, now a haunting reminder of what was lost. And Oxley, his conscience consumed by the gravity of his actions, chooses the only escape he believes he has left. The note he leaves behind, a final testament to his torment. His life too ends on that scorching Christmas Day, a chilling testament to the darkness that can lurk beneath the surface. The noose swings empty, a grave marker stands silent, both symbols of a tragedy that Adelaide would never forget. The Santa suit slayings. Christmas Eve, 2008. The air crackles with anticipation, the promise of festive cheer hanging heavy in the air. But in a quiet neighborhood in Covina, California, a storm is brewing. Bruce Pardo, dressed not in the robes of goodwill, but in the twisted guise of Santa Claus himself, prepares for a horrifying act. His heart, poisoned by rage and resentment, seeks a chilling revenge on his ex-wife and her family. The season of joy becomes a season of terror as Pardo, armed and filled with hate, embarks on a murderous rampage. 9 lives brutally extinguished. The festive gathering meant to celebrate the season transformed into a scene of unimaginable carnage. Pardo, his Santa suit stained with the blood of innocents, sets the house ablaze, the flames consuming not just the building but also any semblance of Christmas spirit. His own life ends shortly after, a final act of despair in a saga of violence and heartbreak. Christmas Eve, 1945. The air is crisp, and the town is blanketed in a serene layer of snow. A blanket of snow covers the small town of Fayetteville, West Virginia. The streets are quiet, with only the soft crunch of snow underfoot breaking the silence. Inside the Sauter home, a family gathers, the warmth of the season radiating through the rooms. The smell of pine from the Christmas tree mixes with the aroma of freshly baked cookies. 5 Sauter children, their laughter echoing through the house, drift off to sleep, their dreams filled with visions of Christmas morning. They are blissfully unaware of the tragedy that is about to unfold. But as the embers of the fire die down and the night deepens, a chilling silence descends. The once lively home is now eerily quiet, the only sound the faint crackling of the dying fire. 5 beds, cold and empty. The warmth and joy of the evening have vanished, replaced by an unsettling emptiness. The children vanished without a trace. Their absence is a gaping void that no amount of searching can fill. Their parents, George and Jenny Sauter, are thrust into a nightmare. Their once happy home is now a place of sorrow and confusion. Their desperate search yields nothing but agonizing silence. The town, once a place of community and warmth, now feels cold and unwelcoming. The festive joy of Christmas Eve is replaced by the bitter chill of uncertainty. The lights and decorations now seem like a cruel mockery of their pain. Years turn into decades. The mystery of the missing Sauter children remains unsolved. The once vibrant family photos now serve as haunting reminders of what was lost. Whispers of a possible kidnapping, perhaps orchestrated by the shadowy Sicilian mafia, swirl around the case. Theories and rumors abound, but answers remain elusive. The festive season, once a time of joy for the Sauter family, becomes a painful reminder of their unbearable loss. Each Christmas, the decorations go up, but the joy is forever gone. The unanswered questions linger, a chilling echo of a Christmas Eve that ended in heartbreak. The Sauter family's story is a haunting reminder of the fragility of happiness. Andalusia, Spain. A land where Christmas traditions run deep, where nativity scenes bring the story of Christ's birth to life. But in a bizarre twist of fate, a symbol of peace becomes entangled in a tale of shocking negligence. A living nativity scene, a beloved tradition, takes a dark turn. A man, weighing a staggering 146 kilograms, decides to mount the docile donkey, a central figure in the Christmas narrative. The donkey, burdened beyond its limits, collapses under the man's weight. The crowd watches in horror as the gentle creature, a symbol of humility and peace, lies injured. Despite efforts to save the animal, the donkey succumbs to its injuries. The festive atmosphere evaporates, replaced by shock and outrage. The man, facing charges of animal cruelty, finds himself in court. The case, a stark reminder that even during the festive season, our actions have consequences. Christmas Eve, 2010. The air is crisp, and the world is blanketed in a serene layer of snow. The night air hums with anticipation. Families gather around fireplaces, sharing stories and laughter. Children dream of sugar plums, their stockings hung by the fireplace with care. The magic of Christmas fills the air, but in a quiet neighborhood, a different kind of Christmas story is about to unfold, one that no one could have predicted. Sean Chanel, his mind clouded by misguided ambition, decides to take advantage of the season's goodwill. He believes he can pull off the perfect heist. Dressed as Santa Claus, he attempts a daring, albeit ill-conceived, chimney descent. His heart races as he climbs onto the roof, the cold night air biting at his skin. His plan to surprise a household with his unexpected arrival. He envisions the look of shock and awe on their faces. His reality a humiliating and very public predicament. As he tries to maneuver down the chimney, he realizes he's stuck. Chanel finds himself hopelessly wedged in the chimney, his Christmas Eve heist foiled by his own clumsiness. Panic sets in as he struggles to free himself. The sound of sirens pierces the night, replacing the jingling bells of Santa's sleigh. Neighbors awaken, peeking out their windows to see the commotion. Emergency workers arrive to find Chanel suspended in the chimney, a would-be Santa turned captive of his own folly. They work quickly to free him. Freed from his chimney prison, Chanel is met not with milk and cookies but with the cold, hard reality of the law. His dreams of a successful heist shattered. His ill-conceived Christmas escapade lands him behind bars, a cautionary tale of holiday mischief gone wrong. The festive decorations in the police station serve as a stark contrast to his grim situation. As the year draws to a close and the festive season descends upon us, we often think of warmth, joy, and the comfort of loved ones. But lurking beneath this veneer of merriment, there lies a darker side to humanity. In this series, we delve into the chilling reality of Christmas crimes, those shocking acts that shatter the idyllic image of the holidays. The snow fell softly in Springfield, Ohio, blanketing the town in a serene silence. It was Christmas Eve, 1992, a time when families gathered, sharing laughter and warm embraces. But for 6 unsuspecting souls, the festive cheer would soon turn into a nightmare. Over the next 3 days, a wave of terror swept through Springfield. A group of young men, barely old enough to comprehend the gravity of their actions, embarked on a killing spree that would leave the community reeling in shock and disbelief. Their victims were chosen seemingly at random, their lives extinguished in a senseless act of violence. A shopkeeper, a young couple, an elderly woman, all fell prey to the brutal rampage of these youthful perpetrators. As the bodies mounted, fear gripped the town. The police, working tirelessly to apprehend the killers, followed a trail of blood and terror that led them to the doorsteps of 4 young men, their ages ranging from 16 to 20. One by one the killers were apprehended, their reign of terror brought to an end. The Christmas murder spree of 1992 serves as a chilling reminder that even in the season of giving, evil can cast a long and unforgiving shadow. The Florida sun shone brightly, casting a warm glow on the festive decorations adorning the home of 67-year-old Michelle O'Dowd. Christmas was a time for generosity, and Michelle, known for her kind heart, had opened her home to a friend in need, 41-year-old Patty White. As the holiday season approached, Michelle's home buzzed with activity. Christmas carols filled the air, the scent of pine needles wafted from the beautifully decorated tree, and laughter echoed through the rooms. But beneath this veneer of merriment, a sinister plot was brewing. On Christmas Day, Michelle's brother, worried by her absence from their traditional holiday gathering, decided to check on his sister. As he approached her home, a sense of dread washed over him. The door was ajar, and an eerie silence hung in the air. Stepping inside, he was greeted by a scene of unimaginable horror. There, beneath the twinkling lights of the Christmas tree, lay Michelle's lifeless body, concealed beneath a pile of brightly wrapped gifts. The investigation that followed revealed the chilling truth. Patty White, the trusted friend, had betrayed Michelle's kindness in the most heinous way imaginable. The year is 1788, a time when the world was still vast and largely unexplored. A fledgling colony clings to life on the distant shores of Australia, a harsh and unforgiving land that tests the limits of human endurance. The inhabitants, a motley crew of convicts and their jailers, are far from home, their dreams of a better life seemingly dashed upon the rocks of their exile. Each day is a struggle, each night a reminder of their distant homeland. Christmas approaches, a time that evokes memories of family, feasting, and forgiveness. The settlers try to hold on to their traditions, decorating with what little they have, hoping to bring a sense of normalcy to their harsh reality. But in this unforgiving new world, the festive season seems a cruel mockery, a stark reminder of all they have lost. The desolate landscape mirrors their inner desolation, making the holiday season a time of reflection rather than celebration. The colony's meager supplies are carefully rationed, each morsel a precious commodity in this land of scarcity. The settlers know that every bite they take is a step closer to the edge of survival. For the convicts, their Christmas feast is a far cry from the bountiful tables of their homeland, a meager offering that does little to lift their spirits. The simple meal is a stark contrast to the lavish feasts they once knew. Among them is Michael Dennison, a man whose crimes have condemned him to a life of hard labor in this unforgiving land. His face, weathered by the harsh conditions, tells a story of resilience and quiet desperation. Driven by desperation and hunger, he sees an opportunity to ease his suffering, if only for a moment. The gnawing hunger in his belly pushes him to take risks he would never have considered before. Under the cover of darkness, Dennison steals into the storehouse, his heart pounding in his chest. The silence of the night amplifies every sound, every creak of the floorboards, making his mission all the more perilous. He knows the risks, the brutal punishment that awaits him if caught. The fear of the lash, the stocks, or worse, looms over him, but his hunger drives him forward. But hunger, it seems, knows no law, no season, no mercy. It is a relentless force that compels even the most cautious to act out of character. His prize, a single pound of flour, a meager bounty, but enough to bring a flicker of hope to his weary soul. This small act of defiance against his circumstances gives him a brief respite from his suffering. The theft, a serious offense in a colony struggling for survival, is met with swift and brutal justice. The authorities cannot afford leniency, and Dennison's act of desperation is punished harshly. Michael Dennison's story serves as a poignant reminder that even in the harshest of environments, the human spirit can still find a way to shine through. His resilience and hope, even in the face of adversity, highlight the enduring strength of the human soul. A shadow falls over the sunny streets of California, a place where dreams are made and broken, a darkness that chills the hearts of those who cross its path, leaving an indelible mark on the community. It is the 1970s, a time of peace and love, where the air is filled with the sounds of laughter and music, yet evil lurks in the shadows, disguised in the most unexpected of forms, waiting to strike when least expected. Adolf Theodor Londenberg, a man whose appearance belies a heart of darkness, a predator hiding in plain sight, stalks the streets, his eyes searching for his next victim, his mind calculating his next move. With his rosy cheeks, twinkling eyes and portly frame, he presents a facade of jolliness. He bears an uncanny resemblance to Father Christmas, a figure of joy and generosity, a cruel irony that sends shivers down the spines of those who know his true nature, a wolf in sheep's clothing. He becomes known as the Santa Strangler, a name that strikes fear into the hearts of many, a moniker whispered in hushed tones, a legend that grows with each passing year, a boogeyman that haunts the dreams of the innocent, a shadow that looms large over the festive season. His crimes, as cold and calculated as they are brutal, leave a community in mourning, leave a trail of grief and terror in their wake, a legacy of pain that spans generations. Los Angeles, the city of angels, becomes his hunting ground, a place where dreams turn into nightmares. A young woman, her life full of promise, her future bright and hopeful, is found strangled, her life extinguished in a moment of unimaginable violence, a tragedy that shakes the community to its core. The festive season, once a time of joy and celebration, now marred by fear and sorrow, is forever tainted by the shadow of her passing. Years turn into decades, memories fade, but the fear remains, and the Santa Strangler seems to vanish into thin air, leaving behind a legacy of terror. In a shocking turn of events, a twist that no one saw coming, 3 decades after his reign of terror began, the truth finally comes to light. Adolf Londenberg confesses his sins, his dark secrets laid bare for the world to see. The Santa Strangler, his true nature finally revealed, a monster unmasked, is apprehended, his days of terror brought to an end, and a community begins to heal. The snow falls softly on the quiet streets of a suburban Ohio town, blanketing the homes in a serene white embrace. The tranquility of the scene is almost palpable, as if the entire neighborhood is wrapped in a cozy, silent night. It is Christmas time, a season of joy, goodwill, and festive cheer. The houses are adorned with twinkling lights, colorful ornaments, and festive decorations, each one a testament to the holiday spirit that fills the air. But for one unsuspecting homeowner, the holiday spirit takes on a bizarre and unsettling twist. The peaceful night is about to be disrupted by an unexpected visitor. As darkness falls, a strange figure emerges from the shadows, his movements erratic, his eyes wide and unfocused. He is a man on a mission, though not one of his own making. He is under the influence of bath salts, a dangerous synthetic drug that distorts reality, amplifying both the mundane and the sinister. His perception of the world around him is twisted, turning a quiet suburban street into a surreal landscape. We know him only as the unwanted Christmas decorator, a man whose actions, fueled by a drug-induced delusion, would become the stuff of local legend. His story is one that would be told and retold, a cautionary tale of holiday cheer gone awry. He stumbles through the snow, drawn to the twinkling lights and festive decorations that adorn the homes lining the street. Each light seems to call out to him, beckoning him closer. In his altered state, he sees himself as a harbinger of holiday cheer, a rogue elf on a mission to spread Christmas joy to all. His smile is wide, but it is the smile of a man lost in his own delusions. He fixes his gaze on a particular home, its windows glowing with warm, inviting light. To him, it is a beacon, a place where his mission can be fulfilled. Unbeknownst to the unsuspecting family inside, their home is about to become the target of his bizarre and unsettling brand of holiday spirit. They are blissfully unaware of the strange events unfolding just outside their door. With a surge of adrenaline, he approaches the house, his mind racing with fragmented thoughts and distorted perceptions. Each step brings him closer to his imagined destiny. He tries the doorknob, and to his surprise, it turns. The door is unlocked as if inviting him in. The door swings open, granting him access to the inner sanctum of the unsuspecting family's holiday celebration. He steps inside, feeling as though he has crossed a threshold into a new world. He steps inside, his eyes darting from one festive decoration to another. The room is a kaleidoscope of colors and lights, each one more mesmerizing than the last. Driven by a delusion only he can comprehend, he begins to rearrange the family's carefully curated Christmas decorations. To him, he is improving them, adding his own touch of holiday magic. The family, alerted by the commotion, cautiously approaches the source of the disturbance. They are about to come face to face with the unwanted Christmas decorator, a man whose holiday spirit is as twisted as it is intense. As the tinsel is packed away and the carols fade into memory, these stories serve as a chilling reminder. Even in the heart of the festive season, darkness can take hold. Let these tales not dampen your Christmas spirit, but rather, ignite a spark of awareness. Cherish your loved ones, hold them close, and remember that the greatest gift of all is the gift of safety and togetherness. May your Christmas be filled with light, laughter, and the enduring spirit of hope. These stories remind us that even during the most joyous times, darkness can lurk. Stay safe and cherish your loved ones this holiday season.